Hi, this is Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV with your Fade the Public March Madness edition. That's right, I said Fade the Public and I said March Madness in the same sentence because we're doing what we did in the NFL all season. We're going to look at some public sides in the NCAA tournament for this Thursday, March the 16th. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to do a quick hitter for you. I know many of you are still filling out your brackets, so I'm going to give you some bracket strategy, special offer as well, where you can get my bracket basically for free. And also going to look at the 16 games on this Thursday, first day of the NCAA round of 64. Hey, check back on Thursday night into Fridays. I'm going to try to do a Friday video as well if I get some good public information on those games. Yet another reason to hit subscribe and hit the bell for instant alerts when these videos and shows go live right here on Wager Talk TV. Okay, first let's talk about the bracket because I know this is before the games have started. You can still get your brackets in. I do have my complete bracket for my clients. If you're a direct client, if you're a college basketball subscriber, you've gotten my bracket already. You've gotten my pick for all 63 games remaining in the tournament, including 8 first-round upsets. Also, some bonus underdog picks for alternate brackets if you're doing multiple brackets. My national title recommendation plus a bonus national title long shot included for free. That's all included right now with my bracket special. If you're not a client, you can get it right now for $25 on my page, stevemerrillwagertalk.com. Wanted to do something special, though. I wanted to try to give it to you for free, but I didn't want to penalize those that have paid for it already. So here's what we're going to do. I've also got a promo code this week, Bracket25, which is an instant $25 discount on any 7-day pass. College basketball, pro basketball, or all sports. You choose the 7-day package that you want. Use Bracket25. You get an instant $25 discount. And, of course, you can apply that towards the NCAA bracket a la carte. Or if you get the college basketball 7-day, I believe it includes the bracket already, and you're getting a $25 discount. That might be the way to go with all these college basketball games. But don't forget about the NBA. I'm number one in 2023 in the NBA on a 17-9 run as we head into Wednesday night, doing this video here on Wednesday. And, of course, Thursday right around the corner. All right, bracket 25, instant $25 discount on any 7-day all sports, college, or pro basketball package. If you want just the bracket, it's $25 on its own. All 63 games right now. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's get a quick look at the round of 64, and then I'll dig in a little deeper into some bracket strategy here at the end of the video if we have some time. First of all, I always like to look for public dogs. I'm going to get to a few of those in a moment. The reason we're doing a Fade the Public video here for the NCAA tournament is because other than the NFL, where it does very well, those who've been with me for a couple years know that, but the NCAA tournament, in my opinion, is the second most public betting event of the year after the NFL regular season. So we look for public information here. It doesn't work in the regular season with college hoops. That's sharp money. We crush it in the regular season, and we crush it in the postseason too. But you have to take a little bit of a different handicap and approach. So it is important to know where the sentiment is. So let's do this. Let's look what right now looks like one of the most public sides, and it is a favorite. But Arkansas looking very public. And there's a couple things I want to mention about this. Arkansas last year, I believe, was a 3 seed. They were been a 3 and a 4 seed, I think, the last 2 seasons. A little bit lower this year, obviously. But they were one of the least liked teams last year as a 3 seed in the entire tournament. The sentiment indicator on them was extremely low. So I find it interesting that all of a sudden they're one of the most public plays on Thursday's card against Illinois as a slight favorite. So this should be one of the best games of the night, or the afternoon rather, 4:30 Eastern. But Arkansas is looking like one of the most public sides in the NCAA tournament on Thursday. Now, I'm going to look at some additional public dogs in which the lean is towards the underdog. And as you know from my NFL videos, this is where I really think the sweet spot is using public information, is when you can find public dogs to fade, because quite honestly, you're getting the better team normally at a discounted price. There's a few games that jump out as public leans towards the underdog. Really depends on different spots. Once again, I don't have quite as much consensus data as I do with the NFL. I've got numerous sites I use all week in the NFL. College hoops, I have to dig a little bit deeper. But a couple teams are looking like public dogs. And once again, by tip-off on Thursday, we'll have more information. Louisiana Lafayette against Tennessee. I was a little surprised to see that as a double-digit dog, plus 11.5. That game goes at 9:40 Eastern Thursday night. So keep a close eye on that one. Let's see where that line goes. But UL Lafayette plus the double digits is looking like a public dog here. Tennessee, the best defensive team in the country the last 2 years, in my opinion. But they don't always win pretty, and they sometimes win ugly. In fact, they were number one a few weeks ago. Now they're the number 2 efficiency defense. UCLA is actually the number 1 defense, by the way, which might surprise some recreational viewers out there. But Tennessee, really good defensive team, but they play extremely slow, and I think that's probably why the public is leaning towards Lafayette there as a double-digit dog. Speaking of slow, another dog league that I've seen is Furman. and that's against UVA. Furman +6. That game goes early at 12:40 Eastern Thursday. UVA, of course, year in and year out, one of the slowest 2 or 3 or 4 teams in the nation with that half-court offensive set and that strong defense. UVA right now plays at the 4th slowest tempo in the nation out of 363 teams. 24th defense, 75th offense. So there again, public fading basically to slow down half-court good defensive teams. Maybe that's a trend we'll continue to watch. But Furman and Louisiana Lafayette, UL Lafayette, is getting some public sentiment against 2 slow-down half-court teams. Public is not interested in Tennessee or Virginia. Here's an interesting one as well. Another public dog in my neck of the woods from the CAA is College of Charleston. Charleston had a really strong season this year. They actually finished second, lost out to Hofstra on the tiebreaker because Hofstra beat them on the road, but Charleston went on to win the CAA tournament. They were the favorite, by the way, to win that tournament in Washington, D.C. a couple weeks ago. And the public here looks like they're fading San Diego State as a 4.5-point home favorite on Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. What's interesting about this one is San Diego State used to fit the mold of Tennessee and Virginia's slow-down half-court team, right? That's what they've been doing the last few years, but that's not the case anymore. In fact, they play a little bit faster, 63rd offensive efficiency, but they are the 10th best defensive team in the country. So while they do play a little more up-tempo than in years past, they're still in the bottom half of tempo. So really the public is fading 3 slow-down half-court good defensive teams, which I found very interesting, by fading San Diego State, Tennessee, and Virginia. Charleston, by the way, plays extremely fast. They're a very fast-paced team. So it'd be interesting to see if San Diego State chooses to run with them like they've done in some games this year, or if they revert back to their half-court defensive style from years past. But once again, the public likes Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette, UL Lafayette, Charleston, and Furman, and they're fading 3 slow-down half-court favorites on Thursday. And once again, as far as the overall public, Arkansas is looking like one of the most public plays on Thursday. These are all leans. Once again, this information not quite as strong as the NFL regular season info I give you each week. But I still wanted to point it out to you because I do think there's a lot of public money with the tournament, and we can find some value sometimes fading the public. And once again, use this as a filter, a short part of your short list, right? If you're maybe borderline on a game, this might be enough to get you on it or keep you off it. But those are some public sides that I thought were worth a look on the 16 games this Thursday. Now, I do plan on coming back tomorrow on Thursday with a Friday video for March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll have to wear green. I'll make sure I do that so you don't pinch me. But in the meantime, on the way out, let's talk about some bracket strategy here, as I know these games haven't started yet. Once again, it's not too late to get my NCAA tournament bracket. I've done all the work for you. My pick for all 63 games and also 8 first-round upsets. I also give you a couple bonus underdog picks in case you're doing a second alternate bracket. My national title recommendation plus a bonus national title long shot included for free. It's all part of that incredible $25 package right now. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. $25 well worth it for all 63 games, 8 first-round upset picks, and also my national title pick and a bonus long shot. But if you want to do even better, you can basically get it for free by using promo code BRACKET25. And the way that works is you select any 7-day pass, whether it's an all-access, NBA, or college hoops, and you get an instant $25 discount on that 7-day package with BRACKET25. That's available right now. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. Don't forget, NBA is #1 this year. I know we're talking college hoops, but the NBA has been fantastic as well. All right, on the way out here, one other source of good public information I like to look at is the ESPN Bracket Challenge, because they had thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of entries. Now, once again, this is Wednesday. We don't have all the final results yet, but right now, Alabama is the #1 pick over there. Almost 20% of the brackets have Alabama winning it. About 15.5% have Houston winning it. Those are the 2 favorites, by the way, in the futures market. Houston's around 5.5 to 1. Bama's around 7 to 1. After that, you've got the other 2 #1 seeds, Kansas at 10%, Purdue at 8%, and they're both around 10, 11 to 1. So they're almost double the odds of the other #1 seeds. So the betting markets are definitely saying Alabama and Houston are the teams to beat. And ESPN's bracket contest, 35% of the entries have Alabama and Houston combined, and over 64% have those 2 in their Final Four. What I like to do with this, and I mentioned Arkansas last year was a very underrated team as a 3 seed. I like to go down the list because it should be pretty symmetrical, right? You should see the 1 seeds first, then the 2 seeds. That's actually pretty much what we have in the bracket challenge at ESPN as far as the results. The top 4, the #1 seeds are the top 4. Then we have the next 3 2 seeds. But then we have Gonzaga ahead of Marquette, which isn't a surprise because I thought Marquette probably wouldn't get much love as the other 2 seed. And then the ninth team, actually the 10th team on that list is number 5 seed Duke, who's ahead of all the other 3 seeds and all the 4 seeds. Baylor is actually behind a couple 4 seeds, so you could make an argument Baylor's not getting much respect. But the 2 3 seeds that are really down that list are Xavier and Kansas State, each getting less than 1% of the overall pick to win the national title. Now, I'm talking top 3 seeds here because if you look back over the last 40 years, since the late 80s or mid 80s when they started this current 64 team format bracket, number 3 seeds have won, I believe, every time except once. Now, North Carolina should have done it last year as an 8 seed, but Kansas ended up winning an OT. And I believe Villanova, I'd have to check the records, but I believe Villanova is still the only long shot to ever win a national title when they upset Georgetown in 1985. When I was a youngster, the year after Georgetown had won the title, they were an 8 seed Villanova. I believe all the other champs have been 3 seeds or higher. So that's pretty much where you need to look in your bracket is 3 seeds or higher. So once again, it's interesting that Xavier and Kansas State are each getting less than 1% of the picks to win the title because being 3 seeds, they should theoretically be alive there. Looking further down, the highest double-digit seed to win the national title in the ESPN Challenge is Penn State as a 10 seed. They're getting 0.3%, so not much, but they're still ahead of a lot of the 8 and 9 seeds. And then the lowest single-digit seed, if you want to say maybe the most unloved single-digit seed, would be Northwestern, the 7 seed, getting just 0.1%, and Florida Atlantic, the 9 seed, getting just 0.1%. So some interesting stuff you can use with this. Once again, you can maybe use this as a little bit of a public sentiment indicator. If these teams win a couple games, the public will probably be going against them. But more so, if you're filling out your bracket, you wanted to have a little game theory where you don't have the obvious picks. Those are ones if you're doing alternate brackets might be worth sprinkling in a little bit deeper because hardly anybody's going to have them. And once again, that's Northwestern and Florida Atlantic, the 2 single-digit seeds that have the least amount of picks to win the national title. Now, I'm not saying either one of them is going to do it. I'm just saying most people don't have them going very far. And once again, in the power top 3 seeds, Xavier and Kansas State are the least loved in that realm. And as far as anyone in the top 5, Duke is probably a little overrated, although I think Duke, they could lose to Oral Roberts, would not surprise me. And they also can make the Final Four, would not surprise me. Duke has been that type of team this year, but they enter with really good momentum. So I think that's one of the reasons they're pretty high up there in the overall consensus for the bracket challenge. All right, lots of information unpacked. This is for Thursday only. We've got 3 weeks to go still in college hoops. So enjoy the games. Check back Thursday night. I'm going to try to do another video here for Friday's round of 16. And don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the bell for instant alerts for those updates when I do it. And also, don't forget to use promo code BRACKET25 for an instant $25 discount on any 7-day package. Obviously, you want my college tournament best bets, but you probably want my NBA as well. #1 this year in the NBA at wagertalk.com. So whether you do college only, an NBA, or an all access, 7 days, you get the instant $25 discount with Bracket 25. And once again, if you want the bracket only, it is 25 a la carte. That's on my page right now. All 63 games, 8 first-round upsets, plus a bonus long shot national title pick, all included in one package, one price. Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up and like the video if you found it useful. And most importantly, leave me some comments below. Let me know your sleeper picks. Hey, first of all, leave me your Final Four. I want to see everybody's Final Four picks, your national title picks as well, and maybe some sleepers thrown in. Enjoy the games. Best of luck on Thursday, and let's talk again soon on Friday right here on Wager Talk TV.